Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only Miss Mary Fitzgerald.
Hello.
What is going on, Mary? How are you today? What's going on in LA?
I am doing well. Just getting ready for the season to launch. Everything's super crazy right now. Getting ready to do the reunion. It's gonna be interesting, fun, scary, something.
We have to talk about all of that. I mean, I have to say, Selling Sunset season 5, it is here. How did we get here, right?
It is incredible. I did not think it was going to go this far. We were so excited just to get to season 3. We thought, oh my God, if we get to season 3, we made it. And now we're on 5, and it's incredible. We're so lucky.
Did you ever think that when you took a job as a real estate agent working for your friend Jason Oppenheim at the O Group that you would be a reality TV star?
No. Oh my God. I thought it was super cool that I just got to work with my friends. I mean, how often does that happen? And now I get to work with my friends and be on this incredible journey. So, and we're all doing it together and get to experience it. It's just like once in a lifetime kind of opportunity.
For real. Well, before we get to season 5, and let me tell you, I figured, I was talking to you. Let me sit down and skim through episode 1, skim through episode 2, just so I would be a little prepared.
Yeah.
Doesn't ever work that way. I watched all 10 episodes back to back to backs. And I'm like, how does this show just keep getting better every freaking season? I can't look away.
Yeah. It's I mean, I think it comes down to our producers. I think, I mean, they're incredible. We're so lucky to have such a great team, and apparently we're not boring. So, so it's good entertainment.
You guys are far from boring, but I would assume this is good for business, right? Like your day job of being a real estate agent, this has truly been good for business.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. It's been incredible. I would say, I mean, most of my business always came from referrals. And now I would say it's half referrals, half from the show.
Really? So the part that's referrals is there, and what
It's still there, but I mean, COVID did kind of prolong closings for the referrals, because some of them, I have a couple different people for big investment properties from London, and so those have been a bit delayed when they couldn't come over, stuff like that. So that got a little delayed, but it's definitely brought in a lot of business. I'm actually working with someone right now on a pretty big thing. He reached out, and it's due to the show too.
And so people will just email and say, hey, Mary, I watched Selling Sunset and I love the show. And by the way, you seem like the best one on there, and I'd like to hire you as my
Pretty much, yeah. That's good. That's pretty much how it works.
Do you get a lot of the opposite, like people that reach out and you're just like, listen, you're not serious. You're just a fan of the show. You just want to say hi. Does that happen? Or
yes, it does. But we vet everybody. If, I mean, for instance, like this guy, I was like, okay, I need to see either proof of funds or your pre-qual letter or something like that. And I always start with that. I'm not going to take somebody out unless I have them verified. But sometimes they're just Googleable. And that's typically the first thing to do. And so I just responded back super fast. It was right before I went to bed, and I just responded back, and then I looked him up. I was like, oh, well, I don't think I need that. I don't think I need proof of funds. But there's some other people where we look them up and do a lot of digging, and we'll even have to, even if they send proof of funds, we'll have to send it to our lender and have them do a second vetting process with the bank that they send it from, because sometimes it looks pretty good, but you're like, I don't know about that. And so we have them double verify to make sure that name and that partial, sometimes they'll just do a partial account number, black out the rest, but that name and that amount exist in their system.
Do you do that like extra, like do you do that for everybody, or is it more from people that say they saw the show? I mean, maybe I'm just a cynical New
I do
Yorker.
it for no everybody
Really?
now. Everybody, because a lot of people will just act like they're like, oh no, I haven't seen the show, and then later you find out they're like, okay, maybe I have. But and then to open houses and everything. I mean, you have people coming in, and sometimes you can tell where they'll kind of just linger around, and you're like, okay, they're like, so I just try to make small talk, and that's fine. I don't mind it as long as they're friendly, they're not creepy, and you're not interrupting a conversation with a real buyer.
Right.
I'm happy to take photos, and people come outside of our office all day long, and we'll walk out, take selfies with them. And that's totally fine as long as it doesn't get in the way of business. I'm cool with it.
Listen, Mary, we know that you're all about the business, which we're going to talk about that in a minute. Now, how was season 5 different for you? Like, was this season, like filming this season, different in some respects?
Have you seen it yet?
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen the whole
Yeah.
thing. So, I mean, I do
Okay.
know we're going to get into the fact that Mary is now the boss.
Yeah, it was different for sure. I thought it was interesting. I don't know exactly if it was better or worse, because it was just difficult at certain times. I love it. I love having the promotion and the opportunity, but at the same time, it was very, very difficult for me because I'm so close with so many of the girls to have to not have an opinion and to remove myself from situations where as as Mary and their friend, I have something to say. I want to defend my friend or back them up or like say something. But as the boss now, I'm not allowed to. I have to stay neutral. So and just think about what's best for the brokerage. How do I de-escalate this? But personally, I would be like, are you kidding me? Oh my God. So it was difficult, but it's good. It probably helps me that I don't get myself in trouble by saying too much. Like I have to shut up.
When Jason offered you this job, you know, to basically it's a promotion and like to like basically run and oversee the office, like did any part of you contemplate it? You know, did you think like, wait, maybe there are some negatives to this job that I'm about to take?
Yeah, well, I can't remember if our conversation was on there or not, because I just watched it, but we were in Coachella,
I think it
a
was.
lot of attention. Um, but because we were planning to do the embryo freezing, and
Right.
it's been so delayed. We're actually doing it right now. I'm going back in tomorrow for another test and stuff, but we had to delay it again because there's simply not enough time to do it. We were already both so busy, and then now bringing this on, now I have to help everybody else, and I'm on the phone with everybody talking to them about, oh hey, I got this listing and I don't know, what do you think, and there's conflict on this, like what do I do, and so I'm on the phone like all the time with all the agents, like helping them, walking them through stuff and giving my advice. So it takes a lot of time. And then just from a personal standpoint, I get calls all the time too to try to help from a personal standpoint, because I'm kind of, I guess, a mediator of sorts. So